Hello students, today we will discuss transgenic organism and the plants. So first of all, what is transgenic? Transgenic means means another and genic means genes. It means we take the another genes from a particular trait and insert into the in the organism, plant, or where we want to have that particular trait. So genetically modified products include various medicine, vaccines, foods, and food ingredients, while genetically modified organisms are used for fighting against different diseases and producing the proteins. Now you can say this is the method of producing transgenic plant or organism. Here, suppose this is the bacteria and this is the particular gene that have that specific character, maybe drug resistant, pest resistance, and we want that character to be enter into another plant. Then we, by means of restriction enzyme, we cut that portion and insert into that plant or organism where we want to have that character. After that, uh, insert, and after that that plant or organism will grow, and it will produce the different proteins, and it show that particular trait, that is pest resistant or insect resistance. These are the some examples of transgenic organism, like drug producing chicken. Here we can see that chickens are the simpler and most efficient method for producing pharmaceutical proteins. Here we are producing an egg that contain a antibody against a virus of the gut. So when the children will eat that white portion of that egg, then antibody will protect the children from the diarrheal diseases. This is the example of transgenic cows. Rosie was the first transgenic cows that were born in 1997, and that transgenic cows carrying the extra copies of two types of casein, and it produced 13% extra milk, and it also produced human protein, that enriched human protein, that is amount to 2.4 gram per liter, and it containing an gene that is alpha lactalbumin. Now, glowfish. It's the world's first commercially available transgenic animal. Here, our target is it is produced basically for the study of the water pollutants. Here, we have extracted the fluorescent protein from the jellyfish and inserted into that fishes, and if the contaminant will produce, then fishes will produce green, red, and orange color. This is the example of Aedes mosquito. As we know that mosquitoes are creating lots of diseases and problems for humans. So here we have genetically engineered the males, that it becomes sterile, and then when it will do cross with the mosquito females, then there will be no production of offspring, which will reduce the mosquito population, and finally that will help in fighting the diseases associated with the mosquitoes. Now, cancer resistant mouse. Now, by means of the transgenic or genetic engineering, we have also produced a mouse that is resistant against the tumors, in which we have inserted a gene that code for a particular protein, that is PAR4, and that protein specifically kill only cancer cell and don't affect the normal cells. Here we can see, this is the medicinal eggs. We are saying medicinal eggs. Here we have the genetically modified hens that produce cancer fighting medicines in their eggs. The animals have the human genes. We add their DNA so that human proteins are secreted in the eggs, and it works like similar to drugs, which is used for the skin cancer and other diseases. Now, pollution fighting plants. In this method, we have produced the different genetically engineered plants that absorb the different pollutants from the roots, from the groundwater roots, and break down the pollutants into the harmless products. In the lab test, transgenic elements plants have removed 91% of trichloroethylene, which is the most common pollutant, or you can say contaminant, in the groundwater in the USA. Now flavor SVO tomato. Here we can see that first commercially grown genetically engineered food to be granted for the human consumption. It was more resistant to rotting by adding the antisense gene, and FDA approved in 1994. But this type of tomatoes were very delicate and they were difficult to transport. So finally they have in 1997 they were taken out from the market. Now, what are the benefits? In terms of crops, we can say transgenic plants enhance the taste and quality. They reduce the maturation time. They increase the nutrients yield and stress tolerance. They also improve resistant to different diseases, pest and herbicide. Like by means of Bacillus thuringiensis, we are producing the insect resistant plants, and we are like golden rice example of the drought resistance. And by means of the transgenic we are also producing new products and growing techniques. Now in case of animals, we can say increased resistance against different diseases, increased productivity and better yield of meat, egg and milk, and improve animal health and diagnostic method. While in environment, by means of transgenic plant we can produce bioherbicide and bioinsecticide, and we can also conserve the soil, water and energy, and it is a better natural waste management. And in terms of society, we have increased the food security for the growing populations. Now issues for human health. In human health there is a problem of allergy. Suppose all people are allergic to different things, but genetically modified crops are adding certain traits from one organism to another that can cause many allergic reactions. Gene transfer, like in genetically modified plants to cells of our body or gastrointestinal bacteria, if there will be transfer of the genetic material, that will be harmful for the human health. Suppose if the antibiotic resistant genes that had been used in genetically engineering, it has been transferred to the human or bacteria, then it will cause lots of problem, and the different antibiotics will not treat will not be helpful for the treatment of particular type of particular that human. Thank you.